Hi, Gemini. Welcome to your monthly reading for September 2022. I do have the air on, so if you hear that in the background, it's just so warm in this room, and so I must have that air on. So I apologize for the extra noise in the background there. But you have a the words that I heard for your month is highly spiritual. So I feel like there's a lot of mystical, magical energy. Almost feels like there's something brewing underneath. There's something about to emerge. I feel like you're very observant this month as well. You're noticing something around you. You're paying attention to something around you as well. There's an opportunity for new friendships, new connections, a really good conversation is what I'm seeing here. There's like a heart-to-heart with someone. May also kind of feel like there's a sense of innocence to this as well. So you may have like a conversation, or you may meet someone and there's something very authentic, something very genuine about this interaction that you're having with somebody here. Almost kind of like it brings out your inner child in a way. This person is going to, it's going to kind of invite your inner child out. Interesting. What do we need to know about this? Page of Cups. September. Or there's something that you're doing, something that you maybe you're going to join like some kind of, I see some of you maybe doing some kind of activity that really kind of connects with your inner child. So maybe it's something you loved to do when you were a kid. I'm seeing rock climbing for some reason, or like going to one of those places where you have the indoor rock climbing. So that may be just very specific to one person, but there may be some kind of activity or some kind of group thing, activity, or I keep saying the word activity. Maybe you're volunteering. There's something that you're doing that's you're going to really connect with this part of you that maybe you haven't connected with in a long time. So I'll leave that there. I feel like I probably keep going with that. What do we need to know about this Page of Cups? Queen of Cups. Beautiful. Okay. Overarching theme for Gemini this month. What's the theme for Gemini this month? A theme for Gemini this month. Studying. I see some of you studying. The Five of Pentacles. I feel like with this Five of Pentacles as your theme, I feel like there is going to be something that you're doing that's going to bring balance into your life. So if there are any areas where you feel like maybe have not gotten as much attention as you might have liked, anything in your life. So for example, there may be like a focus on health. If you feel like we haven't been focusing so much on maybe our diet or what we're eating or exercise, that kind of thing. That's just an example. For others of you, it could be maybe getting out and meeting new people. Maybe we felt more isolated in our life for quite some time, and we're needing to kind of connect with people again, make some new friends and do something. So the vibe that I'm getting with this Five of Pentacles, I feel like you're tending to the areas in your life where you feel like may have gotten a bit neglected or feel like need some TLC. That's kind of the vibe I'm getting here. I feel like we may get another message as we pull out the clarifying, but that's kind of what I see your focus as this month, really focused on bringing happiness, harmony, balance in your life, kind of looking at like, what am I missing? What do I need? How can I feel more fulfilled? And kind of taking care of that, which is also the Queen of Cups, because the Queen of Cups is also the queen of self-care, self-love, and being very connected with ourselves, really honoring ourselves and our emotions. What's in the foundation here for Gemini for September? The Devil. Okay. It's in the past. The Knight of Pentacles in the past. Okay, in the near future. Okay, the 10 of Pentacles. You also have the Justice. I feel like that's going to be here. Okay, balance. Yeah, balance seems to be an important message for this month. How are we feeling this month? How are we going to be feeling this month for the 10 of Wands? A lot to do. Busy. I feel like you're staying very busy, very focused on accomplishing a goal. Very determined, very focused, trying to really stay in the present moment. I feel like you have many things that you're needing to tend to, needing to take care of. So just maybe even also pulled in a couple different directions as well. In your environment, what's in the environment here? The sun, beautiful. Okay. A lightness, happiness, joy, fulfillment. Hopes, dreams, and desires for Gemini. And that card kind of flew, so let me just go grab that real fast. Beautiful, love that. 10 of Cups. I like how we have the 10 of Pentacles and the 10 of Cups here. So definitely, I feel like we have a relationship here somewhere that is going to play a big role in your month. Something long-term, building towards the long-term in a general sense, even in your career, whatever it is that you're doing, whatever it is that you're building towards. So whether that's in your health, in your relationships, your career, you're really planning out for the long-term, planning out for the future, something that can stand the test of time. Trying to find stability and security, trying to build something on solid ground. Final outcome for this month for Gemini. The 4 of Pentacles. Yeah, and that's definitely, for me, that I often see this card as the card of stability and security and building solid foundations, having a place to start, getting started on something. Also being very protective of what you do have. Trying to preserve something, trying to protect something. We'll look deeper into that. We'll see. And at the bottom of the deck, we have the 6 of Swords. So really detaching yourself from anything that is going to pull you off your path of what you're building towards and what you're trying to create. So I see you really distancing yourself from anything that would create a sense of chaos in your life here. Okay, so let's go into the clarifying cards here with the Queen of Cups and the Page of Cups. So this could also be a conversation with the Queen of Cups. Or if you're the Queen of Cups, you could be having a conversation with someone. So you can take it as it resonates. For some of you, you could be connecting with someone who has this very nurturing, motherly, caring, loving nature to them. So you could maybe starting a friendship with them or some kind of connection, a conversation. Others of you, if you are resonating as the Queen of Cups here, this could also be you forming connections and friendships with others that have a very loving, innocent, sweet vibe to them. So it could be kind of taken in a couple different ways, just depending on how you're resonating with that. But what do we need to know about this situation? The Queen of Cups and the Page of Cups. The 9 of Cups, beautiful. So this is happiness, contentment, feeling satisfied, feeling like you got a wish granted. A lot of times the 9 of Cups shows up as the card of wish fulfillment. So something you've been asking for, something that's going to make you very happy. Also something that's going to really feel very empowering for you as well. Like it's going to boost your confidence. So for some of you, you could also be getting some kind of job opportunity. I'm seeing that. Like you're going to get some kind of offer or opportunity, or you're really doing something that feels very satisfying to do. So I feel like it could be like a creative hobby or a skill. There's something you're putting your energy into and connecting with that just feels very good to you. What else do we need to know about this for Gemini this month? There's also a sense of abundance here as well. So doing something, whatever it is that you're doing here is going to give you this feeling of having a lot of abundance in your life. So even if that's like you're making new friends, you know, you're going to have this feeling of, wow, look, I have all these people in my life. This feels so nice, you know, and I have all the support and I have people to talk to. I can go out with them. So that's just an example, but it feels like that's kind of the vibe I'm getting here. What else do we need to know about this? 9 of Cups, Queen of Cups, Page of Cups. The 4 of Swords. Some of you may also just really be enjoying your time alone. This month, you may take some time to really just like do things that you enjoy. It's like you're enjoying just being in your own space as well. So some of you may also just take some time for, with the 4 of Swords, we can see this card sometimes as rest and rejuvenation. So some of you could be going on vacation, going somewhere. Maybe you're just connecting with other people and taking a break from work, taking a break from things. So really retreating, rejuvenating, resting, that kind of thing, really recovering from something. So there is a energy of healing this month, but it's not like this. I'm not seeing this to be a healing where you're having to go like really deep into hermit mode. I feel like this is more of a healing that's happening through you just disconnecting from something that you may have been struggling with or something you've been kind of trying to find some kind of resolution with. But I see you just kind of taking a break from that this month and just enjoying yourself. So that's how I think that's the space we're going to be in this month. But let's look at this 5 of Pentacles. What do we need to know about this as your theme? I do feel like there is something inside that may feel like something's missing. Or there is this search for what's missing inside, but I kind of feel like it's more of an internal thing. It's not really an external thing. And it's almost like you're inspecting it or you're looking at it. You're kind of trying to find the source of this feeling of why does it feel like there's something missing, or there's something that I need to do, or there's something that what is this? What do we need to know about this 5 of Pentacles? The Queen of Swords. This is Queen of Swords have to say. The 7 of Cups. Interesting. We have one more. Can we clarify the 7 of Cups in reverse? Three of Swords. Interesting. I feel like there may have been some kind of situation with the Queen of Swords. So either you're the Queen of Swords or you're connecting with someone who's the Queen of Swords. But there's something about a situation that I feel like I'm hearing like something is left undone. Something that's not finished. It's not over. It's not done. Like that maybe there wasn't a whole lot of closure to something. There was something left, like a chapter or a book left unwritten. It's like unfinished business kind of energy. That's what I'm getting here. And it's going through a transformation. We have one more here. There's an energy that's going through a really big transformation here with this situation here. It's the ending of a major cycle. Closing up loose ends, tying up loose ends is what I'm hearing. Let's pick one more. Setting boundaries, seeing things clearly. understanding things. Okay, so Seven of Cups, what they're saying is that it could have been a situation that was left undone because there was a lot of unanswered questions and there was a lot of confusion surrounding some kind of situation that resulted in a heartbreak. It resulted in some emotional pain. But there is a transformation that's happening here. And there is this, taking a look at something, kind of pulling out your investigative skills and taking a look at something. It's like you're figuring out that it's this situation that perhaps it has caused you to feel a certain feeling of like there's something missing, or I feel like there's something that I need to do, but I'm not sure what it is. And maybe that's a feeling that's been there for a while. And so you're figuring out what that is now, that it's some kind of situation that has unfinished business with it. But there's something about this situation that's going through a transformation. It's going through a rebirth. And it's also helping to, in the process, to close up certain cycles and chapters and to see things in a different light. It's like your perspective is changing as well in something that you have in your life right now. There's a shift happening there. Can we clarify the Nine of Wands? I feel like you're setting boundaries with something or someone, or you are like, it's like you're preparing, you're making preparations. What do I need to know about this Nine of Wands? Yeah. Going after your happiness, going after your heart's, what's going to make you happy, and recognizing where maybe you're needing to set boundaries, or needing to kind of make some arrangements, or to kind of move some things around in your life to be able to have access to this happiness. But there is a healing also. There's a healing happening in your heart space. And that healing is helping to awaken your passion. It's helping you to also give you the strength to move forward in your life, to find the courage to go after what you truly want. There's a rebirth in your heart. It's like your heart is coming alive. This is Knight of Pentacles, and you're in your past. What's this Knight of Pentacles about? The strength to move forward, to make plans, to commit, the strength to commit to something. What are we needing strength for in this situation with the Knight of Pentacles? What are we moving towards here? I feel like there was a lot of unknowns in a situation. There was a lot of confusion. It's like there's some kind of situation that just didn't have all the answers. There were a lot of missing pieces, a lot of missing information. And so it made it difficult to commit towards something or to go towards something. I feel like there was a door closed. That's what I'm kind of feeling, like there was a door closed, so I couldn't figure out how to move forward. I feel like there was a block. There was a block on moving forward in some kind of situation, or being able to grow and build in a certain way, in a certain direction. I need to know about this. The Moon, Strength, Knight of Pentacles. Yeah. There was some kind of boundary. There was some kind of block or boundary. It's like there was someone that wanted to move forward in a certain direction, but at the same time, there was something blocking it. There was something hindering that. But this is in the past. So I feel like there's a change that's happening here. I feel like maybe there's some blocks that are being removed. There's something changing. There's something shifting in terms of being able to move forward more freely towards something that we're wanting, where previously there may have been some obstacles there. I feel like there's something shaking loose. There's something that was stuck that's shaking loose. I feel like with this Devil card and the Two of Swords, the words I heard were pushing through certain barriers. So that seems to be a theme here for you this month, like going through, it's like being granted access into something that used to be restricted or forbidden, like a forbidden zone. And it's interesting, they're showing me like an image of like a factory, you know, where it's like super under high security, and it's, you know, and it has like all those intimidating signs of restricted area, restricted access. And there's something kind of being lifted. There's some kind of like you're being granted access into something that used to be very blocked off. Interesting. What is this? Oh, interesting. Okay. So for some of you, it feels like in a certain situation, there is something, this Devil energy. I'm going to pull another card with this Devil energy, but I feel like there's a Devil energy that contributed to a block in intuition or being able to see a situation clearly. And that's kind of the role or the job of the Devil energy, because it's all about almost like highlighting where we have certain attachments to things, or it creates these attachments to things that keep us bound to the ego. That keep us bound to, and in a very unconscious way. So it's not like we're conscious while all of this is happening. But we're able to see it, right? Like the Two of Swords can sometimes symbolize blocked intuition, not being able to see through a situation clearly. And I feel like there's something here that's being lifted where you're able to see where and why something has felt very restricted, has felt very blocked, because there was something that it's like our focus was in a certain direction, or our mindset was in a certain direction, and that caused us to not be able to see the truth behind some kind of situation that has been left unfinished. So what do we need to know about this Devil energy and the Two of Swords here? What's going on with this for Gemini? How is this moving forward? How is this progressing for Gemini? What's going on here for this month? The Six of Cups. Yeah, I'm not surprised. So perhaps this is a relationship or a connection, something from childhood. You know, it's a kind of like, if I were to give a scenario, if you had a friend in childhood and maybe you had a falling out, but it's like that friendship never really had closure. And you know, we never really know, maybe like the friend got angry with us about something and then just walked away. But it's kind of like we never really knew why. We never really knew why they got angry. We don't know what was going on the other side. And so, you know, we could have believed certain things that maybe we're not entirely, or maybe other people told us things that were really not entirely accurate or the total truth. Something like that. I'm not saying that that's what happened, but it's like we're not seeing the whole story or the whole picture kind of thing. And that has maybe contributed to us making certain choices or decisions to walk away from something. Or this happened to you. You can reverse the roles as well. But there's like a situation that there's like more clarity and more truth coming out about it, where previously it was withheld. Look at that. Nine of Swords in reverse. It's like there's healing happening in this connection, this relationship. There is more peace coming in. So if, for example, if something happened and it resulted in a lot of worries and stress and anxiety, a lot of that energy is starting to heal. A lot of that is starting to reach, it's like settling. That energy is settling. That chaotic energy is settling. There's more peace and harmony and tranquility that's coming in here. Peace of mind. That's really, I actually really like to see that Nine of Swords in reverse. And there's a Queen of Pentacles here. Beautiful. There's a Queen of Pentacles here who has really mastered herself. someone who's really grown in her authentic self, like someone who's really worked very hard and has been very persistent and consistent in healing a lot of the things that needed balancing out. So maybe this Queen of Pentacles in the past was in this position of the Nine of Swords upright. And now, since it's reversed, it's like she's done with that. She's closed up that chapter. So if she struggled with anxiety, she struggled with worries, depression, anything along those lines, it's like this Queen of Pentacles has just risen above all of that. And she has created abundance in her life because of what she's nurtured, what she's allowed to grow, what she's tended to in herself. And a lot of that could just be her own self-care, her own self-worth, her knowing what she's worth, knowing who she is. And it's helped heal her from a lot of these things that may have had power over her. And see, that's another energy of that devil energy, right? It's like, it has power over us, whatever it is. And so there's a healing here, and she's really in her power now. And it's bringing healing to some kind of situation, some kind of connection, some kind of relationship. So that relationship now is having a rebirth because of the work that this Queen of Pentacles did on herself to reverse the Nine of Swords. Beautiful. Love that. Okay, so in the near future, we have the Justice and the Ten of Pentacles. So balance in, it's also good karma. Yeah, healing, balance. Also patience as well, because there is something coming into its full form. Like something is still in the process of transforming. It's not done yet though, but there is something that is, I feel like there's a lot of clarity about something that has been kind of left. I'm hearing the word left on red. So maybe there is a connection with someone and you reached out and they left you on red, or vice versa. Something like that. There's something that is going to go to the next level of healing, next level of balancing. It's like happening in stages. There's something that you're growing towards that's happening in stages. So there may be like some forward movement, and then there's like a break in between, and there's kind of this quiet period, and then there's like another burst of energy where you move forward, and then there's like this quiet period where nothing's happening. So I kind of feel like this month for you, there's some kind of growth, or there's like a movement forward here in a direction towards your Ten of Pentacles. So establishing something that is going to be there for the long term. So whether this is in a relationship or in a career, or building towards your career is what I'm kind of seeing here. But this could also transfer over into other things as well. So as you are establishing yourself in your career that you're going to be doing the long term, or for, it's going to be for the long term, you can also, you're also going to be inviting in connections, relationships that also are going to be there for the long term as well. So what do we need to know about this? Justice, Ten of Pentacles, and Temperance. Oh, beautiful. Love that. Okay. So the Ace of Wands. So a lot of passion, a lot of creativity happening here. There is the opening up of a sacral chakra energy. Feeling really good about something. I feel like there's a lot of pleasure. You're going to be taking a lot of pleasure in something that you're doing, something that you're building. You have the Nine of Pentacles. So this is beautiful. We have the Nine of Pentacles and the Ten of Pentacles here. So I feel like there's going to be this initial spark, this inspiring idea that you are going to run with, or you are running with it, something that you're building off of that idea. And you're allowing yourself to build it. And as you're building it, you're not only going to have that sense of satisfaction and pleasure from creating something, but you're also going to find that your life is becoming a lot more abundant, that resources are starting to open up for you, opportunities are starting to open up for you, things are becoming more smooth and easy, and I feel like there's less resistance as well. We're not going to, I don't see you actually sitting on something for too long. I see you kind of really, like, if there's an opportunity that comes your way, you're going to know right away if it really speaks to you or not. And I don't really see you overthinking it as well. I see you being very clear about what it is that you want out of life. I feel like you've done the hard work to figure that out. And I feel like you are so that's how you're gonna recognize, what it is that you want when you see it. Like, it's not gonna be difficult for you to be able to say yes to something, because you'll just know. And you'll trust that instinct. And this is really going to help you to find your freedom. Nine of Pentacles, I always associate with freedom, either financial freedom or just a sense of independence, being able to build something of your own that you can call your own, that has your name on it, has your signature on it. And I feel like there's something that you're building that has that energy. So very beautiful. Love this. There is growth. This is all growth for you, something that you're like willing to kind of build towards and actually really enjoying the process. So what more can you ask for, right? Okay. 10 of Wands. So feeling like you have a lot to do. 10 of Wands often can also be a lot of responsibilities, but it could also be, I'm also seeing that you're also deciphering between what's necessary for you to carry and what's not this month. So you're prioritizing, you have like this list of priorities of what's really important and what's not. I also feel like you are allowing yourself to put some things down that maybe you would have in the past taken on. And now you're using your wisdom. You're applying a certain sense of wisdom to this with the 10 of Wands and recognizing where it's not necessary for you to carry certain things. So for example, maybe there is a detachment from other people's problems or issues. If you kind of in the past felt like, if someone comes to you with a problem or issue that you have to help them. I feel like this month you're going to be more focused on your own growth and your own healing and giving yourself a break from needing to always have to carry other people on your shoulders as well. That's just one example. But there's something about that. I feel like there's something about priorities here, and you're really allowing yourself to only focus on the things that truly matter and bring value to your life and will really help you to grow. So it's like you're really picking and choosing your battles here is what I'm seeing here. It's like as she's picking that flower, it's like she's picking out of the lot, out of this field of flowers, which ones she's willing to carry on her back. Because at some point, whatever it is that we do, it's all going to come with a certain sense of hard work or some kind of, I don't want to use the word burden because it's not really a burden, but it's a responsibility that we have to carry. And I feel like you're kind of taking a look at what it is that you're picking and you're asking yourself, is this something that I am willing to do this for? Like, does this matter enough in my life that I'm willing to take on the weight of this responsibility? And I feel like you're kind of like, really using your discernment and your wisdom and picking and choosing which one it is that you're wanting to carry. So that's what I'm kind of sensing here from the 10 of Wands. So very beautiful. There's a lot of discernment there and a lot of wisdom that you're using. And some things you may be surprised that you're like, I've been carrying this for so long, but it hasn't really done anything for me. Like, this is not going anywhere. It just kind of feels like heavyweight. And I think I'm ready to put it down. So there may be that too here. But let's see what the clarifying message is here. The 10 of Wands for Gemini. Two of Cups. Okay, so what about this connection or relationship? What about this? What about the Two of Cups for Gemini? Because it's not necessarily that you're putting down a relationship. Some of you could choose to do that if that's what you feel like is not really serving you in any way. You're like, maybe I've been carrying this for so long, but for what? What am I holding on to? And I think I'm ready to put it down. So maybe that's the right direction for some of you. For others of you, it could be releasing memories. Maybe I want a new beginning in this connection, but maybe in order to have that new beginning, I need to let go of some of the experiences or the memories or like maybe even the resentments, if there are some, of past actions, depending on the situation. So I feel like that's kind of, you may be looking at a relationship, a significant relationship that you see as deeper than just, like an acquaintance or a fling. It's deeper than that. It has some kind of spiritual significance, value for you in your life. And this person in some shape or form brings value to your life. You see them as important. And it's kind of like you're kind of, I feel like you're thinking, what do I want to do with this? How do I want to do this? How do I want to deal with this situation that I'm in here? Yeah, look at that. The ending of a cycle. There's an ending of a heavy cycle in some kind of connection. So what is an outcome of this? So what is, oh, how beautiful. Love that. Look at that. We have the King of Swords, we have the Eight of Wands, and the Ace of Pentacles. So as this cycle ends, we have someone who is coming in as a King of Swords. So again, wisdom, right? I always see the King of Swords as someone who is actually very wise, someone who is, you also have the Fool that kind of fell out here. So I kind of feel like that's part of this new beginning here, which is so beautiful. I love it when the World and the Fool card both come out, because this is, you know, the ending, and this really symbolizes the ending and the beginning of a chapter here. But we have a King of Swords who is awakened, someone who sees things clearly now, someone who is here to, has a lot of awareness, has waken up to a lot of truths, and is ready to speak their truth as well. This could be someone who is kind of a person of lesser words, but when they do speak, it's like they say something, whatever they say is like really important. Whenever they do share. The Eight of Wands is something coming in really fast. So the Eight of Wands, I feel like there's someone coming in here wanting to communicate, and it's coming in quickly, or wanting to, or maybe this person just wants to like get something off their chest, is kind of what I'm seeing here with the Eight of Wands. It kind of feels like they've been holding something in, and they're wanting to just let it out. They're wanting to just let out, you know, they can't hold it in anymore, is what it feels like. And then the Ace of Pentacles is a new beginning. So, you know, it's interesting. I feel like with this King of Swords, it's not so much that the person's going to say, I want a new beginning with you, but whatever conversation, and the vibe that I'm getting here is that the conversation may even be like super, super surface level. You know, this person could come in and just be like, have you seen that movie lately? Or, you know, what did you think about this, I don't know, random current event? And that's it. That's conversation. But there's something about that conversation that sparks a new beginning in this relationship, which is really interesting, because the King of Swords is very clever and very intelligent. And I feel like they're going about something in a very methodical way without being obvious about it, or at least that's what they think. But they also, I think that for you, Gemini, it's like you're going to see through it. You know, you're going to understand that that's what's happening here. How interesting. I kind of feel like this King of Swords, the way they're coming in, like the way they're trying to start this new beginning, trying to kind of like plant a seed, is in a very intelligent and clever way, or so they think. But I also kind of feel like they could also underestimate how perceptive you are in people's true intentions. And it's not negative. I don't kind of feel like they're coming in with negative intentions. It just kind of feels like they don't want to be obvious about what they really want. Like they don't know how to maybe say exactly what it is that they're really looking for. So it's like, this is kind of how they approach. Hey, have you seen that movie? Or what did you think of that show? Or, you know, whatever they decide to talk about. But that's what I'm picking up on here. Interesting. Okay. The Sun. What is this about? Environment. So I kind of feel like with the Sun card, what I'm hearing is you're going to start seeing things go in a really positive direction here for you. And maybe for some time, it may have been a bit confusing or a bit elusive as to, you know, where is this going? Like, where is my life going? What direction is my life going in? But I feel like there's some clarity. I feel like there's like confirmation or clarity coming in here with the Sun. So what do we need to know about this? Can we clarify the Sun? I feel like there's something about this energy that's Things are going to make more sense. And then there's a sense of happiness that's coming with that. Like you're either going to feel, sense, or just pick up on it. I feel like you're going to intuitively pick up on this feeling that everything is going to be okay, or there's just going to be this moment this month where you just know, you're going to embody it. You're going to know that, okay, I know that I'm going to get that job, or I'm going to, my life is going to go in this direction. I don't have to worry about it. So I almost kind of feel like with the Sun card here, there is like a drop of worries, which is beautiful, because that actually helps things manifest faster. Sometimes worrying and stressing can build a bit of resistance because then we start thinking so much about it because we're worried about it. So I feel like there's a drop to that, like dropping the worries, dropping the stress, and just knowing that everything is going to be okay. I don't know how and I don't know when, but I just know that everything is going to be okay, and I'm going to trust that. That's the feeling that I'm getting from the Sun card. So there may be a moment this month where you really just feel that, like it'll feel like a wave that kind of comes over you, and you may be doing just the most mundane activities. You could be washing dishes, sitting and watching TV, working on something, and all of a sudden you feel this feeling of, what, everything's going to be okay. And oh, look at that, beautiful. Queen of Wands. Beautiful solar plexus energy here, a lot of confidence, a lot of joy, happiness. This is going to really ignite here for you this month. I also feel like a lot of you are also going to be seen as the Queen of Wands, so very beautiful, very magnetic, really drawn to you. So you're going to feel like a lot of people are really drawn to you, want to talk to you, want to connect with you. I feel like people feel like you're really interesting. So you're going to be putting out those vibes. And look at that. At the bottom of the deck, I just happened to look, we have the Sun again. So very abundant, very creative, just very, you have like a very inviting energy. You're very magnetic, very, very magnetic. You're just pulling everything in. So law of attraction is at its height here for you this month. Okay, 10 of Cups. Hopes, dreams, and desires. Yeah. So I feel like there is a collaboration, or you could be coming into union or partnership with something. And then there's the Justice card again. So I feel like there's a reconciliation happening here with the connection, the 10 of Cups. There's something healing, something peaceful coming together. And it's really going to just turn the tide. It's really going to make a significant change in your life because there's a resolution to this one thing. You also may recognize also that the healing of this is going to actually show you how much unconsciously or behind the scenes, where we don't realize energetically, it's actually been affecting certain areas in your life. So a healing of something and watching how it brings so much balance back into your life is actually going to put into perspective how much it's been affecting you this whole time. So that may be only for, a few of you, but that's kind of what I'm picking up on here. So let's see what else. Let's see if there's any more messages with this. Justice, 3 of Pentacles, and 10 of Cups. Oh, look at that. The Emperor. Yeah. So this is also really standing in your power. This is also taking the lead and charge in your life with things that you're really desiring and wanting. So this is all about you kind of being your own knight in shining armor as well. If this is not someone else that you are connected with as an Emperor energy, or like that divine masculine energy. So for you, that's all interlinked, right? So as you grow in your own balance within yourself, your own feminine and masculine energies, it brings into harmony and union with where you have always meant to be, where your life was always meant to go in. And that's going to look different for different people, depending on why we're here and what we came here to fulfill, what purpose we came here to fulfill. So with this Emperor energy, the more you are able to balance out the beautiful, feminine, intuitive, really tapping into your own worthiness and self-value and self-love, because we did have that Queen of Cups here, and we also have the beautiful Queen of Pentacles and the Queen of Wands. Did we have the Queen of Swords as well? Because if we did, then we have an Empress here. But we have, very much, this beautiful feminine energy. And I feel, oh, there she is. Yeah. So we have all the queens out. I knew she came out. So we have all the queens out here. And I feel like there is this balancing out. So as the time goes on, you'll feel more balanced on the inside, and you'll start to see that manifest, how that shows up in different ways in your life. So you'll start to see more fluidity in opportunities coming towards you, or abundance coming in towards you, or, easier time making connections and relationships, because they are so much more in alignment with who you really are, because you are coming more into alignment with yourself. So that's what you're going to be seeing here. And that could, for some of you, also manifest in a connection, and a harmonious connection with an emperor energy. So just take that as it resonates, because everyone's in a different stage in that journey there. Okay. Four of Pentacles. So building stability, security. This is all about, I feel like for some of you, this is all about really getting started at the base level, right? Like, so building a strong foundation towards something and being very attentive towards it as well. So it's something I feel like you're actually enjoying. I feel like you're really going to really pour your love and attention into building something that you have a vision for. Some of you could literally be building like a home. Maybe you have this beautiful home like designed out, and you're really like paying attention to every little detail, because it's like your baby kind of thing is what I'm sensing here. It's a Four of Pentacles. What do you need to know about this? There's a lot of intention behind something that you're building. It's like very meaningful for you. There's a purpose to something that you're building. Look at that, the Tower. Yeah, and it's coming from this breakdown of anything that has maybe been built on a foundation that didn't entirely support who you are. So it could be the foundation that we were born into, where we were meant to kind of dismantle parts of it that don't fit, that maybe are outdated, that maybe don't really match up with our frequency, our vibration, our core frequency. And so now we're in this place of building what we do want, what we do resonate with. So I feel like this Tower kind of has, for some, I feel like this Tower has already happened, or is in the process of dismantling. And where I feel like we're also simultaneously kind of building what does work for us. So I feel like for some, it could be happening at the same time, letting something fall away, letting something go, while at the same time building towards the new. Yeah, a lot of union cards, a lot of harmony cards. Also, being true to oneself as well. Like, you could be very reflective this month, asking yourself, what is it that I want for my life, and what decisions do I want to make? Where do I want to be? Where do I fit? Where do I belong? Wow. And King of Pentacles. I feel like this is all about choices as well. A lot of stability and security as well, commitments as well. This also reminds me of that strong Emperor energy here. Someone who's consistent, reliable, responsible, and makes very wise investments. Also understands the value. So the King of Pentacles and the Queen of Pentacles here, beautiful, beautiful pairing. It kind of tells me that these two individuals have had to go through experiences in order to understand what really matters to them and what really doesn't. And that could be that foundation that breaks down, right? Because sometimes we're programmed to value certain things, and then we go through them and we realize that there are some things that actually I don't want to carry on my shoulders. Again, that 10 of Wands, right? Like picking and choosing, discerning what is worth me carrying on my back and what's not. And so I feel like this King and Queen of Pentacles, throughout their own individual experiences, life has taught them that wisdom and that discernment of what's worth committing to, what's worth investing in, and what's actually not. And that's part of that new foundation that this King and Queen are building. And as they do that, they find that their values are actually very much in line with each other. And so without having to really do too much towards each other, because of the growth that they're both coming into, it just naturally aligns them together. which is what I see happening here. And it's almost like they're both individually building their own foundations, not realizing that their foundations look exactly the same. And that it will just naturally, serendipitously come together. So very beautiful, Gemini. I love that. And literally, I think we have all the kings out here because at the bottom exactly we have the King of Cups. So this is true love. This is love. This is affection. This is, really knowing where your cup belongs, knowing where your heart belongs. This is also about dedication, devotion. This is love. So, I think we definitely have all the queens, and we did not have the Empress come out, but we did have all the queens there. But I do believe we had all the kings as well. We had the King of Swords, King of Cups. We did not have the King of Wands, but we did have an Emperor. Almost. But it doesn't really matter because it does really feel like we have some pretty strong masculine and feminine energies that are coming into their power. And in what areas they're coming into their power is what's showing up as the kings and queens here. So I hope that makes sense. Okay, let's go into some oracle cards here. What's a challenge for Gemini for September? What is a challenge here for Gemini, September? I feel like there's something that, an opportunity for something, and you may hesitate in taking it because you may have this split second or this split moment where you, I don't know, it could be a little bit out of your comfort zone or a little bit, it's the next level, right? Like it's the next level from what you're used to doing. But I see you saying yes, but I also seeing you a bit hesitant, like kind of nervous, like, just initial jitters is what I'm seeing. Like, oh, can I really do this? Am I ready for this? Am I ready to take that leap of faith? I do see that for some of you. Yeah, fulfillment. See, that's interesting because we had that 5 of Pentacles here, and that's kind of the vibe that I was getting here. Trying to find the areas in our life where we feel a bit unfulfilled, or where is it that, I feel like something is missing. But I feel like that is a central theme here for you, where this is coming into fruition, where you're finding that missing piece, or like what it was this whole time, where I always got this feeling that something's missing. What is it? And I feel like that's going to be revealed to you this month. It's going to make more sense what it is, or what it's been this whole time. Okay, what's something that we can look forward to? What's something Gemini can look forward to in the month of September 2022? Inner peace. Beautiful. Yeah. Just kind of really, again, coming into union and harmony. And look, we have those beautiful 2 koi fish. So I kind of see that as that pairing, like there's this, as we balance out internally, as we balance out and come into harmony with ourselves, just naturally our external world will start to synchronize with what our inner world looks like. And so you'll start to see that. You'll start to see it's not going to just be a concept for you. You're going to see how that's showing up in your life. And it's going to make you very much confirmed in all of the hard work and progress and growth that you've been through. So you'll see kind of like those signs of, oh, wow, look, I see how that's showing up. Yes, it makes sense now. I see it. Beautiful. And look at that. I just happened to turn the deck over, and we have love. So love is definitely on the table here for you this month. And it can also just be a love for yourself, a love for life. A lot of times, just the essence, the energy of love, being in that state often feels extremely peaceful. So maybe some of you will also just be in that energy of love, divine love, the frequency, how that feels in us to embody that. And that itself will attract love towards you, to embody the frequency. So very beautiful. I love that energy that's coming in here for you. Okay. Let's see. Pick a guidance from the unicorns. Rebirth. Yeah, there's definitely going through a rebirth. We did have the death card here in a relationship, in a connection. And it's definitely going through that transformation here. So allow that transformation to happen, allow it to occur. It's taking its own time. It's taking, trust divine timing, that everything needs to kind of happen in its own way. We don't want to take the cake out of the oven before it's done baking. So I just got that real fast. So allow it to fully go through its journey. So when it is ready, it's perfect, right? Like it's exactly what we deserve. It's exactly what we have worked for. It's worth the wait. That's what I'm hearing. I also feel like with this rebirth card that you are also coming out of this transformational journey yourself, like your own spiritual growth. And you are kind of showing up. For some of you, it's almost like you're showing up as a new person. And so others may also kind of see you as this transformed new version of you. And it's like they're going to recognize like this rebirth, this transformation that you've gone through, that you've been through. But very beautiful and it's very much visible is kind of what I'm seeing. It's like people can see it. They can recognize it. They know that there's something different about you, or that there's something very different about you. But it's all good, like very good energy here. Okay. Take a card from the animal kingdom. What do the animals have to say for Gemini this month? Bring a gentle touch. Be easy. Go with the flow this month. Especially, they kind of brought me back to that conversation with that King of Swords, who's going to come in and kind of just, I kind of feel like this King of Swords has a tendency to not really be straightforward. Like they tend to kind of either talk in code or be kind of cryptic with the way they speak. And it's almost like something where they expect people to read between the lines, which I don't think always works out very well for them sometimes. But I feel like this deer spirit is kind of saying, like, if there's something that is going through a transformation and it's in this journey of, wanting to come in as something new, something different, to allow it to just show up as it wants to show up, and to be more observant of how it's showing up in your life and what you want to do with that. So even if, like, for example, if there's a lot left unsaid, let's say, or there's like a conversation that we know needs to be had, we have to talk about this. We can't just ignore this. We can't just talk about the latest movie. We have to talk about what happened. So I'm kind of hearing here that there will be time for that. But if there is something that comes in and you do want to give it a chance, or you do want to see something through, or you want to kind of, have that conversation with someone, allow it to just happen in its own way, unfold in its own way. And then you'll also feel the right time to have a certain connection or a certain conversation with someone. So, just kind of go with the flow here with something. Let it kind of show up in its own way, in the way that it wants to. Yeah, that's what I'm hearing. Okay. Beautiful. Love this, Gemini. What a really, it's a beautiful month here for you. Really coming into your power. A lot of blockages being removed as well. I feel like you're going to be very much in the flow. So much abundance and happiness. Too. We have the sun twice. So very magnetic as well. Letting go of things that no longer serve you, and being very discerning about that, making some of those wise choices. So you're definitely using your wisdom, your hard-earned wisdom this month. So I wish you all the best. I hope this reading resonated. If it did, don't forget to like and subscribe, and also comment below. I'd love to hear from you guys and what's going on with you in your life. And I'll see you for next month. Bye, Gemini.